The courtroom erupted into chaos today. Advocate Baloyi tried to trap Muzi Sibiya with a bizarre accusation, claiming Muzi never told NATIS official Motlou that he traveled to Gauteng in 2014 to look for work. But before Cibia could even open his mouth, Mnisi leaped to his feet. He tore into Baloyi, calling the question unfair, misleading, and completely irrelevant. Why? Because Motlou was only called to confirm Muzi's learner's license, not where he was on 26 October 2014, the day Senzo died. So why is Baloyi suddenly dragging unrelated details into the case? Is the state desperately clutching at straws? Or is this a smokescreen to distract from a collapsing narrative? Stay tuned for the courtroom drama.
This proposition goes to the heart of your defense in this matter.
Manje ke le ncazelo le iya lapho ke ukuthi uziphendulela ukuthini ke wena kuleli cala.
Angiphenduleli icala mina ngisho ukuthi mina ngesikhathi esisobe ngikuphi ngesikhathi esisobe bengikuphi ngoba ngisho ukuthi 2013 ngiye ngahamba ngayohlala ekhaya.
No, I'm
2015 ngabuya ngazohlala lapha eGoli.
I'm not responding to the matter. I'm not answering to the matter. What I'm saying is that in 2013 I left Gauteng to go and reside at home and then came back in 2015.
Ngaleli icala akukho engikwaziyo ngalo.
I do not know anything about this matter.
Yesterday, you mentioned that you also came to Gauteng on certain days to submit your CVs to apply for jobs. Is that correct?
Ukhazile ke izolo ukuthi ubuza la eGoli uzofaka ke ama CV einkampanini ukuthi ufuna umsebenzi kunjalo.
Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, that is correct.
And you also mentioned that you cannot recall the dates on which you came to submit your CVs in Gauteng.
Waphinde waqhubekela phambili nenkulumo yakho ukuthi awusakhumbuli lezo insuku ukuthi bekwakuluphi usuku mhlawumbe idate.
Yebo angikhumbuli.
Yes, I do not remember.
You see, Mr. Cibia, this is not the version that was put to MATLOU, that you also came to Gauteng on other dates, other than the ones that MATLOU referred to in order to submit CVs in Gauteng.
This witness, having been confronted with what MATLOU said, that on certain days, there were dates that he came to make an appointment for his licenses and all stuff like that. He further added that, and that is now under cross-examination. For instance, I also came on certain days where I submitted my CVs because I was looking for a job. Why should then that version, why must that version have been put to Superintendent MATLOU? Because MATLOU has only been here to testify about his own area of operation, which is RMTC. Why should that version then have been put to Sergeant MATLOU?
Yeah, okay, fine. Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
Well, from Council's own submission, it is considered that this version was not put to MATLOU. That's all that was saying, that you agree that this version that you also came to Gauteng on other days was not put to MATLOU. That's all that was saying, Lord. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there is everything wrong with that. Because MATLOU has not come here to testify about what happened on the 26th of October 2014 at the Commandos. MATLOU has been requested to compile an RMTC report. He's working in the traffic department. According to his analysis, on certain dates, Mr. Cibia has been here to do his license testing and to write his license testing. He has not been here to testify about what happened on the 26th of October 2014. So why should that version then have been put to Mr. MATLOU? What would have been the relevance of that version being put to Mr. MATLOU?
They're fine. You can argue that.
Yeah, maybe we'll read.
Exactly, my lord. That is exactly what the state should also do. The state must argue that as well.
I don't know. The state is basically talking about dates.
Yes, my lord, the dates. But this witness,
And
under
the
cross-examination, he
Fine,
says,
fine.
for instance, on such as maybe you will still have to come and say, for instance, on other dates, this is what I did, as this monotony is continuing.
Now you can argue that because according to the state, Mr. Ramusipili put a blanket version
Yes.
that in 2 years,
Yes.
Mr. Sibisi was never ever in Gauteng.
Yes.
Unless you say he never said that. And then now he says, if I understand Mr. Baloyi, that MATLOU's evidence, and MATLOU doesn't have to say, he doesn't even have to know about the version of Mr. Sibisi.
Exactly,
MATLOU
man.
basically says, during the period which the defense puts that he, Mr. Cibia, was never ever in Gauteng.
Yes.
On 2 dates,
Yes.
it shows that he was in Gauteng. That's all.
Yes.
That's all it is about.
And this witness, in addition to Mr. Motlou,
Yeah, fine.
in amplification of his version, says, beyond what Mr. Motlou says about this RMTC thing, on certain days I also came here and submitted my curriculum vitae for job application. So, but now Mr. Baloyi says, but why was that then not put to Mr. Motlou? For Mr. Motlou to do what with it? Because
Okay.
Mr. Motlou is not a factual witness. He has only come here to specifically testify about that aspect of evidence that he was requested to come and testify on.
No, fine, you're right, Mr.
Thank you, man.
We'll just develop that further, Malot.
Yeah.
Do you agree that the fact that you came to Gauteng on other days to submit your CV was only mentioned yesterday?
Uyavuma yini ukuthi ke udaba lokuthi wena wawuzala eGoli uzoletha ke ama CV wakho udaba ke siqale ukulizwa izolo.
Mhlambe isesikhathi esiqala ukukhuluma ngaso ngalo lolu daba lolama CV okwenza ukuthi umshusisi eqala ukuluzwa izolo yena. Hayi ukuthi bonke yena uqala ukuluzwa izolo.
Maybe the prosecutor is only hearing this for the first time yesterday because we have now started a conversation about it. Maybe he is the one that's hearing it for the first time.
But are you saying, Mr. Sibia, that you did mention it previously?
Usho ukuthi wena ke walukhuluma lolu daba ngaphambilini?
Ngakhuluma nengangikhuluma nabo. Kodwa ngoba ngiqala la iboxini umshusisi eqala ukuyifaka le ndaba yalokho yokuza kwami la eGoli. Ingakho ngifakile ukuthi mina la eGoli bengiza akusizo lezi insuku ebengibalela zona izolo kuphela lezi bengiza ngazo la eGoli. Bengiza la eGoli ngizofaka ama CV ngoba ngaphela umsebenzi ngangisesemncane ukuthi sengahlala ekhaya waya.
I have spoken about this issue, or I have spoken about this issue with other people that I've spoken to about. And I mentioned it yesterday because the prosecutor started now saying about my comings to Gauteng and not going to KZN and not returning here. I did say that I would come to Gauteng and come and submit my CVs to other companies.
Yes, but do you agree that you, in your evidence in chief, you did not mention that, you only mentioned it yesterday?
We have.
This witness says, my version is from 2013 up to 2015. I agree that on certain intervals, while staying at home, on certain intervals, I will come to Joburg and I'll come to Gauteng and do this and 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 this. If Mr. Baloyi has got other things that he thinks or that he knows of, that this witness came to Gauteng to do, let him put those things to this witness so that this witness confirm that indeed on that day I also came to do this and this and this and this and this. This witness has clarified what Mr. Ramusipulu put on record, being the fact that from 2013 to 2015 he has never been to Gauteng. But this witness comes and says, no, I went and stayed at home, but on certain intervals, because I was still young, as he's saying, I would come to Joburg to do this and this and this and this and this and this. If the state wants to pursue this thing, my lord, he has already admitted that not that I consistently stayed at home without me having to travel to Joburg. I did come to Joburg. If the state wants to argue that, then they're welcome to do that, my lord. But it becomes very unfair to put a barrage of questions that are revolving the same monotonous thing on this witness. Because in any event, my lord, this witness never raised an alibi as a defense. This defense is not an alibi. It doesn't say that on the 26th of October 2014, I was never in Gauteng. It does not say that. This witness says, I don't know what happened to Senzo Meyiwa. It is for the state to put him at Senzo Meyiwa's place on the 26th of October 2014. He never said, when he pleaded, that I'm raising alibi as my defense. He never said that.
You heard it for yourselves. Mnisi reminded the court that Motlou's testimony added zero value to the real question: where was Muzi on the day of the shooting? Yet Baloyi still tried to force Muzi into answering something the witness never testified about. Mnisi called it what it was: a distraction, a desperate move, irrelevant to the central truth. The courtroom held its breath. Judge Ratha, as usual, ascended the stage. Muzi sat quietly. As the defense ripped the state's case open, exposing how their own witness failed to answer the most important question in this entire trial: where was Muzi on 26 October 2014? This moment didn't just embarrass the prosecution, it raised a bigger fear. Does the state actually have evidence strong enough to place Muzi at the scene? Because if they did, they wouldn't be wasting time on learner's license paperwork and job-hunting claims. Is the state losing control? Why call a witness who can't speak about 26 October 2014, the day everything happened? Is Baloyi trying to confuse the court or cover up a collapsing case? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This trial just got even more explosive. I'm Skybriedge. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.